Hi everybody. So currently we are in section 3 and it is the third video of section 3, defining constant, final and constant keyword. So in this video we will check out how to define constant, final keyword, constant keyword to define constant. So firstly, why do we need constant in Dart? Well, there might be some scenario where we never want to change the value. So in that case, we use the final and constant keywords. We can use either of these two. For example, if we use final name equal to Peter, so in that case, we can never change the value of name in this program. So the variable name will always contain the value of Peter. Another example is constant pi equal to 3.14. So in this case, you can never change the value of variable pi of 3.14 to some other value. It will always be 3.14. So now the question arises, what is the difference between these two? So let's have a look. Final variable can only be set once and it is initialized when assessed. So let us throw some light. So it is initialized when it is assessed. So whenever in your program we are going to use the variable of name, then its value will be initialized. Its location will be allocated. In case if you never use the variable name, then it will not be initialized in the program. And now about the constant. Now the constant variable is implicitly now the constant variable is implicitly final, but it is a compile time constant. So by default, all the constant variable are also final. But the difference arises here. It is a compile time constant. Now, what does it mean? It simply means it is initialized during compilation. So when you compile your program in that situation, the value file will be initialized and the memory will be allocated. No matter if you use this pi in your program or not, but storage will be allocated. So this is the difference between final and constant keyword. So the another difference is that instance variable can be final but cannot be constant standalone. If you want a constant at a class level, then make it a static constant, not just constant. So if you use constant at class level, then you have to use static along with constant. You can use only constant at the time. So let's go to the main method. Let's clean it. So how to define the final variable? So it's very simple. Use the final variable with your variable name, such as city name, equal to, let's take it Mumbai. So after this, let's initialize the value, and now you can never change the city name. For example, city name equal to Delhi. The compiler won't allow you to do so. So now if you run the program, it will show some error because you can't assign something else in the city name like this. Perfect. So let us comment it for right now. So here you can also define string type right now, but it is optional, so you can remove it too. Because in Dart it is automatically insert that the city name is the string because of the assigned value. So similarly here in the down below, final string, which is optional, country name equal to, you can take it India. Perfect. So whatever the constant keyword, so let's take some example. Constant pi equal to 3.14. So here as well you can also define its data type double. So in that it is option, so you can just remove it. So another constant, acceleration due to gravity equal to 9.8 meter per second. So here as well you can give it double, but it is also optional. So now let us see the difference in class level. So in the previous slide, as you saw that instant variable can be final but cannot be constant. So here let us define a very simple class. So what is class? I will define it. I will discuss it in the upcoming video. For right now, don't worry about it. Class circle, let's define some property or instance variable. Final color equal to red. So our circle will always have the color of red. So if you define constant pi equal to 3.14. So in that case, the compiler won't be happy. So the compiler says that only the static field must be constant. So if you define constant in the class level, so in that case, you have to use static keyword. So what is static keyword? I will discuss it in the upcoming video. So don't worry about it. So just for right now, just remember we can't use just constant in the class. We can define final, but we can't define constant. We have to use the static keyword along with it. So now we are good to go. So this was all about a very short video of constant and final. So with this, we are at the end of this section, as we have covered all the variables and data types. So in this section, we have covered explore how to explore variable declaration, checked checked built-in data types in Dart. Following, we have checked out what are literals and how to perform string interpolation. And at the end, we have checked out what are constants in Dart and how to define final keyword and constant keyword. And that's the end of this section. And thanks for watching.